Hi guys, the Kellyan here. Just a quick update on my Sternguard veterans. As you can see, I've now painted this guy, the plumed helmet. Not quite done all of the plume on that yet, but I have finished most of the actual helmet. I didn't realise in the pictures, when you see them on the thing, they all look the same. It looks one as one, but when you actually get it out of the box, the plume comes separately. And if I had any sense whatsoever and wasn't excited to kind of put all the little bits together, I would have, exactly like I've done here, kind of piped him up just with the plume on its own, because I don't know whether you can see, if I just turn that slightly, just underneath there's a kind of a really thin line going, if I can point, it's from the front there going to the back, and it's just underneath, and it's where the plume hits the helmet. And it well, it took a long time to get that line. Well, I highlighted the line about 7 times, so every single time I had to draw that tiny little line by hand. And put it this way, there was lots of swearing involved. Oh dear, yeah, it took a while, but I got there in the end. And something else I learned as well: never use yellow, ever. You will never ever see yellow on a miniature by me ever again. No, I'm just kidding, but it is so hard to work with. Not just the fact that the coverage is fairly bad on pretty much all yellows. I haven't come across one yet that's decent, but you can solve that by kind of using a base like I did of what did I use, leather, brown leather I think it was, and then straight away on top of that desert yellow. But it's the pigment seems to create these small fibres for some reason. I don't know why, but more than any other paint, a lot of other paints seem to be smooth. Now there's probably a lot of people out there that know why this happens, but it's kind of, if you don't keep it to a really watery consistency. Now I know how to keep paint to a decent consistency, but this yellow just would not work for me. And I've got a wet palette as well, but every other, every second time that I went back to the palette, it just kept creating these tiny little fibres that would get onto the model and make it, and I'd have to pick them off individually. It was really hard to work with, so I'm definitely going to rethink the way I use yellow in the future. Or perhaps it was just the yellow that I was using, or even the fact that it was an old yellow, so it could be any of those factors. As you can see, I've also done one of the human heads, because I wasn't really sure about which one I was going to use on the final model. I like to have a selection to kind of just see what looks best with the pose. Let me see if I can just turn him round, because I used the blue. I'm not sure how well it turned out in the end, but it contrasts quite well with his head, I guess. But yeah, that was good fun. These models, they paint themselves, literally. That face is just such a pleasure to paint because of the contours. I can remember back in the day, well, I don't know what I'm talking about back in the day, actually. I bought recently Ragnar Blackmane, I think. Is that the new one who was on the he's on the Space Wolf, the massive Space Wolf, I bought him, and his face was absolutely terrible to paint, really, and that was supposed to be fine cast as well. But these heads are absolutely immense. Oh yeah, by the way, another story about fine cast. The first, I think it's Ragnar, the first Ragnar that I bought from the store, got it home, opened it up, and basically his claws on the lightning claws were gone. They were kind of, there was like no cast on it at all. It was like these flimsy little strips of plastic. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I took it back and explained they were good enough to instantly kind of you know, hand it back over, give me a new one, I mean, sorry. But it just goes to show that, you know, even Games Workshop get it wrong every now and then. But yeah, moving on. So I've only base coated the legs. I'm going to get round to that today to start highlighting, hopefully. Or I may move on to the torso. Actually, I think I'll move on to the torso first, because I want to have a look at what looks best on the model before either the helmet or the actual face there. I just wanted to show you a little bit of my setup and how I do things. That these little things are just from it's from a packaging that I got for something or other from eBay, and they are absolutely brilliant because it's kind of hard rubber. Oh, I use my hand, by the way, as a palette most of the time. That's why I wasn't trying to make myself into a blue zebra or anything, or one of those creatures from I'm going to forget the name of it now. Avatar. Remembered it. Good. So yeah, the legs only based. Let me just turn that around, give you a good look. Well, most of it. I wanted to do some non-metallic metal. That's it. On the arse eagle and the thing around his leg, so that's why I haven't painted those yet, because I still have to find a video that gives a decent tutorial. I know there's lots out there. I haven't looked it up yet. I did give it a go the last time I was into the hobby, and it did turn out okay, but I can't for the life of me remember the colours that I used. So the technique I have, it's just the colours I can't remember. Hopefully someone will be able to educate me in that. So yeah, that's as far as I've got so far. Lastly, I just want to give a massive shout out to a good friend of mine, the Painting Hack, who has been very supportive, and who is absolutely brilliant. And if you haven't checked out his channel, you really need to. You need to go over there and check it out. And I think he's got about 20 videos up so far. But if my videos were, and his videos were on a scale, mine would be on the kind of retarded end, and his would be on the stupidly, and I mean stupidly, professional end. Stupidly probably isn't the right adjective, but what he does is absolutely amazing. I can't go 3 seconds without umming and ahhing. This guy, he will talk for 15 minutes constantly about a subject, educating you on the entire process, and he's just such a professional guy. You just get the feeling that it's very a big production value on his videos, and it's a crime how many views he's got on his videos. People should be flocking to his channel, but he's got very few, and I've got even less. But any way that I can point people in that direction, even if you accidentally, even if you sorry, I've forgotten how to speak now. Even if you accidentally come across this video, I don't know why you would, but even if you did, and you thought, oh, that's a decent guy, I'm not a decent guy. I'm pointing you in the direction of a decent guy. The Painting Hack. I'll put his page thing, if I can work out how to do it, in the bottom, and you really should check it out. Great guy, full of enthusiasm, and his starter guide for the beginning of the hobby is, I haven't seen a better video on YouTube, a better instructional video. He goes through absolutely everything. In fact, I've watched it over like 3 times just to kind of get tips on how to produce a video. Obviously I can it's not working. I have no that's due to me, not him, but I'm definitely getting better at this. I know it doesn't seem that way, but I am, and I've got some really cool things planned. I'm actually, these are improv, these little updates, but I've actually got some really cool stuff planned for proper updates and for proper once I've got maybe the models done and that kind of thing, so look out for that. Please comment, rate, subscribe, the usual. Love saying that because everyone says it. And check me out in the next vid. I'll try and next time I'll put up the torso. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I'll do the torso and I'll do the legs and I'll highlight them, that's the word, and then I'll create another one of these wonderful videos that I know everybody loves to see and get to the end of. So the best bit's coming up. See you later guys, take care.